Hello, welcome to a new video. A lot of people have been asking me, how do you move to Australia as a physio? This is only going to be applicable to the people that do go from the UK to Australia, but I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm doing it so that you can do it as well if you so wish. Disclaimer, it is currently December 2024, so if you are watching this video later on, then it might not be applicable anymore, but this is how to do it right now, and I imagine it's going to be pretty similar regardless of when you do it. I'm going to try and avoid waffling too much in this video, but these are the outline steps that you need to know to move to Australia as a physio. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dan. I'm a physio here in the UK and I'm moving to Australia in January, so this is how I'm doing it. First step is decide on what visa you want. For me, I went with a holiday working visa, which gets me 12-month allowance of working in Australia. There is loads of other visa options and I'm not actually going to cover that in this video because it can get a little bit complicated, but just know that with the holiday working visa, you can work as a physio. You then need to approach the APRA registration. So in the UK, we are HCPC registered and that allows us to legally practice as a physio. Most of the time, the NHS will insure us for anything that goes wrong. That's important that you know that for later on. In Australia, they have APRA or APRA, AHPRA, and they register and they govern the physiotherapists in Australia and allow them to practice legally. However, they do not insure the physio, so you will need indemnity insurance separately. But let's just do one at a time. How do you get your APRA registration? Well, first of all, you need a degree in physiotherapy, whether that's a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. The next thing I recommend you do is go to the Australian Physiotherapy Council website. Here you will need to complete cultural safety training, and then you will also need to apply for the transfer registration. If you are doing this from the UK and you've got either an undergraduate or a master's degree that is a pre-registration degree, you can apply for the Express FLYR pathway. This is what I got confused about. You see, everyone told me that, no, you can't apply for that because you've got a master's degree, but that's actually wrong. On the website, if you've got a master's degree and it is pre-registration, so it's before you are registered as a physio, you've done a master's degree to get your registration, then it's absolutely allowed, so you can apply that way. That'll probably take you a couple of hours to complete. You need to enter all your information, complete the cultural safety training, which for me, I think it took about 4 or 5 hours. You're then ready to apply for your APRA registration, given that you've got a visa and you've completed your APC training. Now, the APRA registration can be a little bit of a cumbersome registration to try and get. They want a lot of details and a lot of information. And do you know what I'll do? I'll pop a link in the description to the APRA registration website for international physios because it has a checklist of everything that you need to do. To put it simply, you basically need to get all of your identification documents and your CV and any degree certificates certified by someone that works in the legal sector. For me, I got this done by a solicitor that works in property law, and that was enough. I'm not going to show it because it's got all personal information on it, but be prepared to have to get certified documents. And again, there's a list on the website. Please go and click that link in the description if you want any further details, because some of this might be outdated, it might not be accurate, whereas that link in the description will be accurate, so you can use that. We've got our visa, we've got our APC registration, we've passed the cultural safety training, and we're waiting for the APRA registration. That is pretty much it. Next thing for you to do is go to seek.com.au, and that is where you will find a job. Just go on there, search the job where you want to work. There's all sorts from casual to part-time, fixed to long-term, full-time. I think overall this process has took probably about, I want to say 3 months. If I were to recommend anything to anyone, I'd probably say give yourself at least 6 months before you actually move to Australia, but you probably can get it done in 3 months if you're really on the ball with stuff. Side note, something that you will need to get your registration as a physio through APRA is you will need to get in touch with HCPC, who you are currently registered with, and get them to send an email of proof of your registration over to APRA. They won't accept just your registration. You can't just go on the HCPC website and download it and then send it to APRA. They won't accept it. You need to get it sent directly to them. And again, if you click that link in the description, it will explain the email address that you need to send it to. Give HCPC a ring, and it was dead easy for me. It took maybe 5 minutes on the phone and he had it sent over and it was sorted, but that's something else that you will need to arrange. Something else that you need to consider with the registration is you will need a police check. And this isn't just a police check from the UK. So if you are already practicing as a physio, you're probably DBS checked. The DBS check isn't enough. You do need to get a full Australian check. And for that, you need to go to Fit to Work. And again, I'll put a link to that in the description. Fit to Work is known internationally, but it's also known in Australia, and it's recognised by APRA as a police check that they can use to verify that you're not a criminal, basically. So go and have a look at that as well. You will also need a police check. But seriously, if you just have any questions about this, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm happy to answer anything. But if you want up-to-date information, then that link in the description will provide you with checklists. It can be pretty chaotic and pretty crazy, so if you do get stuck with anything, then please drop it down in the comments below and I will answer it. That'll be everything for this video. If you found it useful, please consider liking it. Subscribe if you're new. We're doing a video every day of December, so it's only the start of December. We've got lots more videos to come. But for now, my name's Dan, I'm a physio, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.